So back when iOS 7 came out, there were a lot of people that hated the design. In fact, I did an entire video on the iOS 7 controversy. But there were also a lot of people on the other side of the situation that really wanted to try and experience it, but only had older devices such as an iPod Touch 2nd Gen like I am holding here. Well, this is where a custom firmware for these devices called White Door came in. And we are going to be trying that firmware out in this video. So let's get started. So you are going to need a couple things. One, you are going to need a laptop that can run an older version of Windows, or if you're using a Mac, you're going to want an older Mac. I am pretty sure you can do this on newer versions of iTunes and possibly even the Finder app, but it's recommended that you do this on an older iTunes version. Second, you are going to need an iPod Touch 2nd Gen or one of the following devices listed, which is, you can also do this on an iPhone 2G, a first generation iPod Touch, and an iPhone 3G. So, let's get started. Down below, I have all the IPSWs archived on archive.org if you want to go download them and try this for yourself. By the way, this is not a tutorial, this is just me trying it. So, here I got my dock cable. If you're familiar with any of my downgrade tutorials, actually, you'll be familiar with the fact that we need to put the device into DFU mode. So yeah, let's put it into DFU mode. So, going to hold power and home. Wait for the screen to go black. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, let go of the power button and keep holding until iTunes comes up saying that I found the iPod in recovery mode. Okay, perfect. So now what we are going to do is on Mac it would be Alt Restore. On Windows it's going to be Shift Restore. And then select the IPSW. Make sure you have the one for your specific device. So, if you're using an iPod Touch 2nd Gen like I am, the way you can tell if it's in either an MB or an MC model is if you look at the storage amount, you can see that it's significantly bigger. Here, let me actually grab another one to show you. So you can tell that this one is an MC model because you can see the storage capacity is a lot smaller on this one, and on this one the label is a lot bigger. So, okay, so anyway, I have the one for my iPod, so I'm going to hit open. It's going to extract the software. Okay. Preparing the iPod for restore. It has been sitting here for longer than I think it should have. I'm going to continue to leave it sit here for probably another 15 minutes and see what happens. Okay, so this is on me, and I forgot one crucial part of this, and this is the fact that I need to run iReb. But okay, so it's actually showing up this time. Alright, so we are wanting to do this for a 2nd Gen iPod Touch. Okay, that actually worked that time. Okay. So, okay, booting back in, going back into Windows XP here. Let's connect it. And going on to iTunes here. Now, hitting Shift Restore and the IPSW with the device and Pwn DFU. It should work this time. Okay, that time it actually got through. Okay, so the restore seems to have finished, and we are at this screen, which is not the restore screen but the activation screen. With, you can see some updated stuff here, so hopefully so now we need to disconnect from the virtual machine. Okay, so with the device charged and activated, let's actually check it out this time. So what you are going to quickly notice, and let's actually set a wallpaper, because for some reason, so basically, if you don't already know and can't already tell, what this is a heavily modified version of iOS 3.1.3. So you can see, looking around, we also have our special white door settings thing here, which basically just lets us modify different features that come with this modified OS. You can see, going into sounds, okay, so if we're not using an iPhone, the ringtones aren't going to be there, but you can see, going into stuff like Wi-Fi, you can see it looks modern and has like the modern UI to it. I don't know why the background isn't set, but going into music, you can see the iPod app was reskinned. See, the video app is also extremely reskinned with all new icons, by the way. Terminal doesn't come on here. Contacts, reskinned. You go look. So I'd be able to show you more stuff if I did this on an iPhone instead of an iPod Touch, but you can still see many of the differences. See, going into Safari here, if I want to let me connect to Wi-Fi. Hold on. Let's see what's in the white door settings now, which is probably the big thing you guys have been yelling at me to do. So app switcher, the manual multitasking in the iOS 7 style. You can see currently double clicking the home button, which is what you would do on an older iOS version to get to that. It still does not do that. Let's see, control center, assistive touch. How do you unlock advanced config? Accept. I'm not using this for real use anyway, so I don't really care if I break this. Fade icons, unlock animation, control center blur. So the problem is control center doesn't even seem to exist on here. So let me try re-enabling that. Ooh, Siri. Let's apply some of our changes. Okay, so the device did just freeze. Let me actually plug it back in because the battery's low. Okay, so it did fix the background. That's good. What about app switcher? Still double clicking doesn't do anything. Oh! Okay. Wait, we have Siri? Hello? Hello? Okay, so Siri, I think I need a pair of headphones to actually talk to her. Let me grab one. Okay, so I found this cheap pair of headphones, but it does have a 3-line thing, so in theory I should be able to talk to it. So they're all knotted up, so let me crank these up. Now let's see what happens. What time is it? What time is it? I'm assuming the web server this is connected to is 110% broken. So that's probably, oh my god, what the hell? Well, you have noticed the true thing that this is not official Apple software, because holy crap, what the hell just happened to the icons? Let's see if locking and unlocking. Okay, that fixed it. I'm glad the wallpaper is fixed though, because that was bothering me. Let me unplug this. You can see it's got the new animation too now that I enabled it. It's also got the updated charging sound I just noticed. So let's see. What else is in the white door settings that we can modify? Because there's like actually a crazy amount of stuff in here. Damien's. Cydia auto install, kill frozen apps, album artwork. Ooh. Let me sing a song over and see what happens. We copied one song over, so let's play it. So this is still the old one, and you can tell because it does that, but it's got the updated interface. So let's see what happens when we turn it off, turn it on. Okay. So unplugging this. Let me see what the background. Okay, so when Almart's playing, it doesn't do it. So let's see what the. Okay, Control Center works now. I don't know why all of these features are all of a sudden working. Like App Switcher, for example. Okay, so opening back up the white door. Yeah, so like a lot of these features weren't working before, but now they are. Which is extremely interesting. Okay, so we're just gonna try this last thing. And yeah, okay, let's try it. Okay, not really a change. So yeah, that was a look at the white door firmware. I found it cool considering all the stuff it added and a lot of the stuff that doesn't work considering this firmware is 10 years old now. But you can see it did add a lot of stuff. Like it added control center, flashlight, because there's no real flashlight on here. But yeah, that's it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye.